Hi, friends. Dave here. Look, doing all this online marketing, I get it, right? It can be a huge time consuming activity, right? Because when you think about what you need to do, you really need to think about how you can create content on a regular basis to feed the beast. And one of the things I just want to mention, because I often find people don't realize, like, oh, yeah, I should do that. And that is just repurposing content so you can use it multiple times in different areas, right? And so if you're using, you're thinking about social media, you're using email, hopefully you're also starting to include text marketing in your processes as well, right? Those three channels really allow you to own the smartphone, right? Because those are the ways you can get on this device that people have with them all the time. And so that means really what you need to think about doing is figuring out, okay, how can you block off a set amount of time, much like I do with these videos, right? I set up some time on Monday mornings, sometimes Friday mornings, and I just sit down and I record a bunch of videos. And then what do we do with that? Well, that content is obviously shared on LinkedIn, right? And then I take that content and then we take it and we have it transcribed by one of those little robot things, right? That transcribes that video for us. And then I go in and I kind of repackage that a little bit, right? I go in, I brush it up, I clean up these videos, and then I use that as a blog post. And then I can take that content that I have there from that text, and then I can create an image on Instagram. That's going to be the next step of this. And really thinking about, all right, where are all the different places I can create this content, repackages it a bit, and share it someplace else. And so really it's about identifying, how are you most comfortable creating, what allows you to create stuff on a regular basis, the most easy way. And then you can take that content and have other people, if it's not you, if you get people on your team, help you repackage that and use that in another way. Instead of always thinking about creating something new, think about how do I create one thing and use it in new ways, right? Rather than having to create something new all the time. You are going to have to create things new all the time, but you're going to get more mileage out of repackaging and doing things more ways. And so you can think about, if you're creating stuff for email, how can you use a piece of that on another channel? How can you use that on social? If if you're creating blog posts, maybe you like to write. How can you take pieces of that and share those on other channels? Or how can you use that in a different format? How can you record a video of you or audio of you with the blog post, right? Are you fortunate enough to have one of those businesses that people love to create content? How can you share that to help feed that social media engine and the different places and things that you need to communicate with, right? And then really ultimately it's thinking about when you are repackaging that, just as a reminder, as I've mentioned in another video, how do you adjust the message and the format of that content to match the channel that you're putting it on? So just wanted to, again, share some ideas there for you. As much as you can, repurpose and repackage the content you've already created so you get more mileage out of it. All right, friends, we'll talk to you soon.